This is the diagram of nephron. Nephrons are functional units of kidney. Each kidney is made up of 1 million nephrons. Nephrons are complex tubular structures. This part of the nephron is called Malpighian corpuscle, and the rest part is called renal tubule. Renal tubules are divided into three parts. The proximal part is the PCT, proximal convoluted tubule. This hairpin like structure is called Henle's loop, and the part after that is called DCT or distal convoluted tubules. Distal convoluted tubules of several nephrons joins the collecting duct. Now, three processes are involved in formation of urine. The first process is ultrafiltration, second is tubular reabsorption, and third is tubular secretion. This Malpighian corpuscle part is associated with ultrafiltration. This part consists of this cup-shaped structure which is called the Bowman's capsule, and another part is the tuft of arterioles in the inside, and this tuft of arterioles is called the glomerulus. The arteriole that enters the glomerulus is called the afferent arteriole, and the arteriole that comes out of the glomerular tuft is called the efferent arteriole. And this efferent arteriole actually forms peritubular capillaries around the nephron, and the nephron actually looks like this. But in order to understand the various parts of the nephron, the peritubular capillaries are not drawn in the figure. Now, the functions of various parts of the nephron. This is Malpighian corpuscle, and Malpighian corpuscle does the function of ultrafiltration or glomerular filtration. Three membranes are there. The membrane of the arteriole, that is the endothelial membrane, the membrane of the Bowman's capsule, and the basement membrane. So these are the three membranes that helps in filtration. The blood is filtered, and the part of the blood that comes out of the glomerular tuft into the lumen of the proximal convoluted tubule is called the filtrate. The amount of filtrate formed by kidneys is called a GFR or glomerular filtration rate. GFR or glomerular filtration rate in a healthy individual is approximately 125 milliliters per minute, that is 180 liters per day. But the amount of urine produced per day is 1.5 liters. That means a large part of the filtrate is again reabsorbed by the kidneys. The next part, that is the proximal convoluted tubule, does an important work, that is reabsorption. 70 to 80% of the electrolytes and water are reabsorbed by this segment. proximal convoluted tubule reabsorbs 70% of water and electrolyte that is present in the filtrate, and it also does some secretion. It absorbs a large amount of filtrate and selectively secretes hydrogen ions, ammonia and potassium ions into the filtrate. Next is Henle's loop. This is the descending loop. The descending limb is permeable to water but almost impermeable to electrolytes, whereas the ascending limb is impermeable to water but allows transport of electrolytes. So when the filtrate passes through this Henle's loop, it becomes concentrated as it passes upwards. Next part is the distal convoluted tubule. Distal convoluted tubule reabsorbs, mostly it reabsorbs carbonic acid. Distal convoluted tubule reabsorbs carbonic acid and secretes hydrogen and potassium ions into the filtrate, and also secretes ammonia to maintain the pH and sodium potassium balance of the blood. Distal convoluted tubules of several nephrons join the collecting duct, and several collecting ducts join the renal calyx, and several renal calyx join the renal pelvis. And from renal pelvis the urine enters the ureter. In this way the urine is formed and enters the ureter. Hope you have understood the function of and structure of nephrons.